Answer the question. Who can fix Russ?
No.
Maybe Jim Harbaugh.
No.
Mike Florio reporting that the Broncos have reached out to the Michigan coach.
Bad fit.
Maybe he's the answer. Brew, he's your guy.
Brew, you're a Michigan man.
And my daughter went to
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
That's right. So both
Finish
of you
what he
from my
started.
guy.
He's got to win a national title.
Well,
come on.
He's turned him into a national power, so I'll give him
stay.
that. The question is, can he fix Russell Wilson? Can he get Russell Wilson back to the 9-time Pro Bowler? I'm not sure. But can he fix him and help him be much better next year to the point where they're challenging for the playoffs? Absolutely.
Challenging for the playoffs is where we're
it's
at.
sad.
Hold on, the
Sad
defense
how
is
the mighty have
legit.
fallen.
Some of the skill
Challenging.
players
We
are
know,
pretty
but we're
good.
The Lions
They
are
need a
challenging for the
quarterback.
playoffs.
And if he fixes Russell Wilson, did he fix Alex Smith? Yes.
I agree
Everywhere
with you.
he's been, he's won.
Of course.
Alex Smith was viewed as a bust.
Yeah.
Right? He was 19 and 31 without Harbaugh for 5 years.
Yeah.
19-5-1 with
Harbaugh's
Harbaugh.
awesome.
And then Colin Kaepernick, his best years
Yes, of
were
course.
under Harbaugh. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying Russ will be a Pro Bowler again, but I do think it can help him. And ask the Chiefs. Russ has shown me something against Nick's Chiefs.
All right, listen.
6 touchdowns in 2 games against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Harbaugh.
I know the defense he's going against isn't
Coach,
that good. But.
go ahead.
So I spent 2 years with Jim, and Jim to me is fantastic. He's the most sincere guy that I've ever been around. People talk about loving football. Jim Harbaugh loves football. He is as authentic a person as you're going to get. And the other thing I love about Jim is he's willing to take chances. So we talk about things that were a little unconventional, and he'd say, we're the San Francisco 49ers. We can do whatever we want. And that was his approach to things, is we can try whatever we want. We're not going to be bound by what everybody else thinks.
How would that manifest? Can you give us an example
Because
of that?
I think that Denver is in such uncharted waters. You've got a quarterback that should be so much better than he is, who isn't performing. You've got you don't have draft picks. You've got so many hurdles that you have to overcome. Somebody with some unconventional thinking would be a good fit there. And look, Russ isn't going to have an office with Jim there. He's going to be part of the guys.
That's good.
He's going to be part of the
locker
group, and this could be a really good fit
What about the
for
parking
Denver.
spot?
Let me tell you
He may have a part. You know, I don't know if it's built into his contract or not. Jim will honor the elements of the contract, but he'll bring a different type of toughness and creativity and innovation there that they could use.
all that sounds great. It's not what the Broncos should do. They should triple down on Russell Wilson. They should let Russell Wilson pick the coach. They should let
Are you
Russell
serious?
Wilson cook. Of course I am. You gave him
I
a quarter of $1 billion.
can't tell. I can't
You traded all these draft picks for him. Nat Hackett had the reins on him a little too much. How did the Nat Hackett tenure start? Trusted a kicker, 64 yards instead of letting Russ cook? Exactly. Give the whole franchise over to give him a couple Walmart franchises if you want. What I don't want as a Kansas City Chiefs fan is Jim Harbaugh coming to the AFC West. Jim Harbaugh took the Niners, who won 6 games. They went to immediately 3 straight NFC championship games. They won 13 games, 11 games, 12 games, then 8 games, and he left because his candle does tend to burn very bright and then burn out at times at places. But he is a great football coach. And you know what? Or I think a great football coach should be NFC South in Carolina. Dave Tepper's got a lot of money. They need a coach.
Carolina, no.
Why?
Because they're not changing coaches. They're going to
No.
earn that job.
Okay, well, you think Steve Wilkson keep the job? Maybe
he didn't get a fair
here's the
shot
deal.
in Arizona.
Jim
Yeah.
Harbaugh. I am the man who once upon a time said I think he has an argument that if you were to say, I'm not telling you if it's college or pro, you can pick one coach in history. Who are you picking? I said Harbaugh's got a strong argument because he had succeeded at both levels. I said that 6 years ago. I've always had your best interest in mind, Jim. You don't want nothing to do with Denver.
That's a
Don't worry
yes,
about Denver.
though. That's a yes to your
Look,
question.
Everywhere he's gone, he's made that program successful.
Quickly, Coach,
That is
if it
a
was
yes.
between the Colts and the Broncos and you were Jim Harbaugh, where would you go?
Oof. I would probably lean towards the Broncos.
Okay.
Really?
why not?
Well, you've got a new ownership group. You can, I think, not just reinvent yourself, but you can direct the organization in a lot of ways that maybe you can't in Indianapolis.
Colts sound great. Panthers sound great. A lot of teams sound great.
That is a yes. You're on the Russell Wilson bandwagon.
No.
If
Jim,
they get Harbaugh next year, you're going to be thinking Russell play well.
Jim, don't do it, my friend. Come on.
Wow.
He's got Kansas roots, too. You don't want to have to deal with the Chiefs all the time. No. Stay where you're at or go to Carolina.
All right.
Do what's best for you.
Coming back after the break, we're talking about Broussard's
Oh,
Nets.
my God.
The world's been waiting for this.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm keep winning.
Series. that I do think that they will start their full team. However, they are just now finally getting healthy. Vita Vea is back. Their offensive linemen are back. We're still down one corner in the Panthers game, but he should be back after Davis and Dean were both dealing with injuries. They have no reason. If they had played poorly offensively against Carolina and just won the game because of Carolina's mistakes, then maybe you're like, let's try to get in rhythm. Instead, they clicked in the passing game, which is their only real way they can move the ball. I know you want them to run, but they're not able to run. They have no reason, and their quarterback is 45 years old. So I understand what they're saying. I do not believe them, and I would be shocked if Tom Brady plays a single play in the second half of this football game. I think that they're going to start him. That's fine, but I don't think he's playing in the second half.
Yeah, when was their foot on the gas? I feel like they need to take their foot off the clutch. It's like when someone was like learning how to drive a stick shift. I mean, the whole season's been win a game, lose a game, win a couple games, lose a couple games. It's been back and forth, and it's the second oldest team in the league. And it's not just Tom Brady. There's a bunch of other guys that could use a week off. And you don't look. This is your opportunity to get some guys healthy. So even if you're going to play everybody, like he says you're going to play everybody, then you've got to target at least some guys who are working through injuries or working through who could use some time, and just be as smart.
So
as
you would rest them.
I think at this point it's a 17-game season as opposed to a 16-game season. Go ahead and take the week if you can take the week, especially when you've got the second oldest team in the league and you've got an opportunity to get guys as healthy as possible going into the playoffs.
Look, if guys are struggling with injury, you rest them. But I think they need to continue the momentum. Like you said, they've been up and down all year. They're finally at least winning consecutive games. If they could go in, Coach, and you mentioned this yesterday, go in the playoffs on a 3-game win streak. Heck, they might even be able to run the ball a little bit against Atlanta, which is a bad defense. Maybe that gives you more confidence that we got a little bit of a run game. It might not even be real,
Maybe
but
they
confidence.
should use it like a 9-on-7 and just run the ball every.
No.
Seriously, just practice running the ball this whole game.
Just
the whole
well,
game.
they need to work on the run game. But look, Brady and Evans just clicked. Just clicked. I want to keep it going. I would almost look at this as a scrimmage, at least for the first half, and let Brady and Evans continue to work it out. Brady and Godwin and all these guys. So just keep the momentum going.
So, Coach, and I know it's a game and everybody wants to try their hardest. Is there a way that Todd Bowles can kind of have his cake and eat it too, where it's like, all right, we really want to treat this like a scrimmage and work on some things? I had Josh pull what the Bucs are bad at, obviously running, like the second worst team, or no, the worst team in the league. Red zone offense, 51%, 25th in the NFL. Third down offense, 22nd in the NFL. Like, all right, we're going to do these things that maybe don't contribute to winning the Falcons game, but will help them in the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was saying. With the running game, you could say we're gonna really take this time to focus on our double team blocks or our whatever area you want to focus on. And then if there's other things that you want to do from a scheme perspective, go ahead and do it. Treat it like almost like a preseason game. And what do you need to work on? What do you need to get better for if you're going to play all your guys going to the playoffs and do a lot of it?
And this is also a unique position for Brady in that so one of the most amazing Tom Brady stats ever is he's never played in a game where his team's been eliminated from playoff contention. It's never, because in the one year you guys missed in 08 or in 02, you guys were alive till the very end.
Yeah, we had a 3-way tie.
Yeah, and then in 08 he was injured. He also has never sat out the final week of the season. Now, in part, that's because they usually had the bye, and you didn't want to have 2 weeks of rest, right? That's Wild's old favorite rest versus rust thing. The only season of his career Brady hasn't played every game post the Bledsoe year was the year he blew his ACL and the year he was suspended. So I think he wants to play. It's in his mind. You know, he never has sat out week 17 or now week 18. But there have been multiple times he hasn't played that whole game.
I feel like in New England, though, there was a late season game where we played everybody in radically different positions and did a lot of stuff that was
like experiment.
Yeah, that we were. He might have played like 1 or 2.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I was saying. Is he hasn't played but there's never been a time he has just been the game day inactive in the final week of the season. He's going to suit up. I would be shocked. And again, the Vegas line usually knows something. if they plan to play him the full game.
Okay, head out to Denver.